The second chemical that's released is called oxytocin. And oxytocin is a very humanizing chemical. And when you share a story that evokes this, it makes people feel really deeply connected with you. So this is what happens when you share a story that evokes oxytocin. The first thing is that it increases the level of generosity that people feel towards you. It also increases bonding. It also increases empathy. And finally, it also increases levels of trust. These are the wonderful things that happen when you share a story that evokes oxytocin. Let's go into an example with this now. Now, with oxytocin, before I dive into this next video, I never used to share stories that were more vulnerable in nature. And that's what you'll find with stories that evoke oxytocin. They tend to be more vulnerable stories. And I have to give credit where it's due, because the Vin that you see now wasn't the Vin that was from 5 years ago. Because 5 years ago, I would never share a story that was even in the slightest bit vulnerable. However, once I came across the works of Brené Brown, I became extremely inspired to start to share more of that vulnerability, especially with my students. So with this particular story, I just want you to know that it's still a hard story for me to tell today, but I wanted to share it with you because it really shows the power behind vulnerability and when you share stories that evoke oxytocin. So here's a story that evokes oxytocin. How many of you here are close to your grandparents? Yeah, me too. I am. That's my grandma. I can't believe how small she is. I swear she just shrinks when she gets older. She is one of the most important people to me in my life. And at the age of 86, she was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. And I remember this moment so vividly in my mind, where we're in the doctor's practice, the oncologist, and the whole family was there. There was about 18 people in the room. And I was sitting there, I'm the oldest grandson, and I was sitting there, or the oldest grandchild, and I was there with my mum, and then me, and all my aunties, uncles, cousins. And Grandma has been feeling stomach pains. And we're about to hear the result. And the doctor says, your grandmother has lymphoma cancer in the stomach. And at her age of 86, there's no point in doing chemotherapy or radiation therapy. It'll probably kill her. My grandma's sitting over here, and she's a savage. So she's like, what's he saying? In Vietnamese, she goes, ông nói gì? Ông nói gì? Means, what's he saying? Tell me. And then I said to Mum, Mum, should we tell Grandma the truth, or should we just tell her it's a stomachache and some diarrhea and she'll survive? It's okay. What do we do? Do we tell the truth? And Mum's like, of course, tell Grandma the truth. She can handle it. So we tell my grandma that she's got lymphoma cancer, that there's no point in doing it. And she immediately goes, no, give me the damn medicine. Is this man crazy? My grandma did the radiation therapy. She did the chemotherapy. She was so sick when she did it. My grandma lived to 101. And the week before my grandmother passed, we all took time off work to be with her every day. And there was this one moment that I was able to capture with my grandmother that I want to share with you. And I'll tell you why afterwards. And when you hear me reference the word red packet, what I mean by red packet is in the Asian culture, when you say something sweet to your elders during Chinese New Year, they give you a red packet, and it's filled with cash. It's lovely. So when you see it, I'm talking in Vietnamese, but you can read on the bottom what I'm saying to her. Thấy không? Thấy không? Con mở mắt lên coi. Mở mắt lên coi. Giờ có chút xíu theo anh nó lại nè. Vợ con lại nè. Hả? Tỉnh lại coi. Tỉnh lại coi, theo anh nó lại đó. Theo anh nó lại đó. Bây giờ mà con nói má nghe nè. Tụi con muốn nói là cho má biết ha. Tụi con nhà cũng thương má hết á. Ha, má nghe không? Biết phải không? Là coi như má làm bà ngoại rất là tốt. Má sanh mấy ý rồi, bây giờ mấy ý lớn lên thành người tốt. Thiệt, cũng thành người tốt. Bây giờ con cũng lớn lên làm cháu của má. cháu ngoại của ma, mà con cũng thành người tốt nữa, cũng nhờ ma đó, biết không?
Nhớ không xin nhờ phải không?
Tốt hết là cũng nhờ ma đó. Nhờ, cho nên má biết ha là coi như gia đình ai cũng thương hết. Má làm coi như cho bổn phận người mẹ, mà người bà ngoại cũng vậy. Má trong tâm biết nha. Má vui trong lòng vậy má. Má làm gì là tụi con quá có phước rồi. Tụi con được ngày hôm nay á là cũng nhờ người bà ngoại như vậy đó. Thương má lắm á. Hôn cái cho lì xì không? Hôn má một cái cho lì xì không? Con hôn má một cái má cho lì xì phải không? Hôn cái cho lì xì không? Hôn cái ha. Rồi cho lì xì không? The reason why this video is so important to my family, the reason why it's so important to my mum, is because in the Asian culture, we lack expression, especially when it comes to love. And my mum watches this with so much regret, because she rarely told her mum that she loved her. And the only time she experiences the words "I love you" to her mum was through her son. You know, I think this is why I'm so passionate about teaching this. My parents didn't tell me they loved me until I was about 28, 29. They didn't tell me they were proud of me until I was in my early 30s. Communication is so important. And the reason I tell you this, my friends, is the words "I love you," the words "I'm proud of you," it heals people. It's water that helps people grow. Thanks for letting me share this. That's lovely. Thank you.